Very good morning, students. Yesterday we already discussing about the first part of the brain. It is known as a forebrain. Today class we are going to discussing about the second part of the brain. It is known as, after the forebrain, the second brain is known as a midbrain. After the next part, hindbrain. In this class we are going to discussing about midbrain and hindbrain in the brief manner. What is the second part of the brain? It is known as a midbrain. What is the second part of the brain? It is known as midbrain. What is the second part of the brain? Midbrain. What is the second part of the brain? Midbrain. The midbrain, it is consist of, the midbrain, it consists of two important parts. The midbrain, it is consist of two important parts. The midbrain, it is consist of two important parts. The first part of the midbrain, it is known as crura cerebri. What is the first part? Crura cerebri. Crura cerebri. What is the first part of the midbrain? Crura cerebri. The second part of the midbrain, it is known as the second part of the midbrain. It is the second part of the brain. What is the second part? Midbrain. The midbrain, it consists of two important parts. What is the first part? Crura cerebri. What is the first part? Crura cerebri. The second part of the midbrain, it is known as a corpus callosum. It is known as that is the corpus callosum means, it is the nerve cord. But here, corpora quadrigemina. What is the next part? Corpora quadrigemina. Corpora quadrigemina. The midbrain is consist of crura cerebri and corpora quadrigemina. This crura cerebri, it is located in the midbrain ventral surface area. The ventral side of the midbrain. It is known as the ventral side of the midbrain. It is known as a crura cerebri. The dorsal surface. The dorsal means backside of the midbrain. Dorsal side of the midbrain. If you observe the midbrain, the ventral means front side, dorsal means back side. The ventral surface of the midbrain is consist of crura cerebri. The dorsal means back side of the midbrain. It is consist of corpora quadrigemina. What is the second part? Corpora quadrigemina. The dorsal side. Dorsal means, what is the meaning of dorsal means? Dorsal means back side of the midbrain. It is consist of corpora quadrigemina. The first part of the midbrain. What is the first part? It is the crura cerebri. What is the function of this crura cerebri? What is the function of this crura cerebri? What is the function of crura cerebri? What is the function of the crura cerebri? What is the function of the crura cerebri? It is act as a relay center. What is the meaning of the relay center? Relay center means It is the information, the neurons that distributed into the entire brain. The neurons are distributed into the upper part of the brain, lower part of the brain, lateral side of the brain. It is crura cerebrae. It is consist of number of the neurons. These neurons send the information. They carry the information, the distribution of the information to the whole, the entire brain part. And then it is connected. They receive the information from the upper part of the brain to the lower part of the brain. They receive the information from the upper part of the brain to the, they will send message to the lower part of the brain, lateral side of the brain, right side and left side also. They will send the message. Relay center means the information they will send into the upper to the lower side and the lateral side of the brain. Coming to the corpora quadrigemina. Corpora means body. This midbrain body. Corpora means body. Quadrigemina. Quadri means 4 vowel bodies. How many vowel bodies? 4 vowel bodies. Quadra means 4. 4 vowel bodies present are located dorsal surface, backside of the brain, backside of the midbrain. How many vowel bodies? 4 vowel bodies. What is the function of these vowel bodies? 2 vowel bodies are located in the superior side. The 2 vowel bodies are located in the inferior side. 2 vowel bodies are located in the superior side. The 2 vowel bodies are located in the inferior side. If you observe the corpora quadrigemina, the cerebrum part, that is the cerebrum, it is the first part of the forebrain. The cerebrum part means it is consists of 2 cerebral hemispheres. The 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 2 cerebral hemispheres. One is right side cerebral hemisphere, the left side cerebral hemisphere. It is the right cerebral hemisphere. Right cerebral hemisphere. It is the left cerebral hemisphere. It is the left cerebral. It is the left cerebral hemisphere. It is the left cerebral hemisphere. If you observe the right and left cerebral hemisphere, if you observe the right and left side of the cerebral hemispheres, the cerebral hemispheres, the superior side, the cerebral hemispheres, superior side, it is the separated. This superior side is separated. This one is a longitudinal fissure. Longitudinal fissure. It is connected. This side is connected. It is the backside of the midbrain. 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 The back side of the midbrain means dorsal side of the midbrain. You can observe here. If you observe the back side of the midbrain, the backside of the midbrain, you can observe 4 vowel bodies are located. How many vowel bodies are located? 4 vowel bodies are located. The 2 vowel bodies and the 4 vowel bodies are located. How many vowel bodies are located? 2 vowel bodies are located. The 4 vowel bodies are located. How many vowel bodies are located? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 vowel bodies are nothing but corpora quadrigemina. The first vowel body. The first, the superior caliculi or superior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies. The superior vowel bodies are also known as superior caliculi. Superior caliculi. The second, the inferior vowel bodies. Inferior vowel bodies. These inferior vowel bodies are also known as inferior caliculi. Inferior caliculi. After this superior vowel bodies and inferior vowel bodies is consist of, it is the cerebellum. Cerebellum to the spinal cord. It is the cerebellum. It is indicate cerebellum. It is indicate cerebellum. It is indicate spinal cord. It is the spinal cord. It is indicated spinal cord. If you observe this part, it is the back side of the midbrain. Back side of the midbrain. Back side of the midbrain, it is consist of how many vowel bodies? 4 vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies, it is 2 are the inferior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies, inferior vowel bodies. Ventral side, it is consist of crura cerebrae. Crura cerebrae. Back side consists of corpora quadrigemina. It is the ventral side. Ventral side means the front side. It consists of, it contains crura cerebrae. Crura cerebrae. What is the function of this? What is the function superior vowel bodies and inferior vowel bodies? What is the function of this? Superior vowel bodies and inferior vowel bodies. What is the function of this superior vowel bodies? The superior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies. What is the function of superior vowel bodies? They control. It is the movement of the movement of the head and eyes. They are helpful for the vision. They are helpful for this superior vowel bodies. This consists of the movement of the head and eyes. Movement of the head and eyes. The second one, it is the inferior vowel bodies. What is the second one? Inferior vowel bodies. Inferior vowel bodies. The inferior vowel bodies. What is the function of this inferior vowel bodies? It is the movement of head and ears. It is the movement of, these bodies are helpful for the movement of the head and ears. Head and ears. You can listen any sound. Our head is rotated. Because of the inferior vowel bodies. Superior vowel bodies, they are helpful for the vision. You can observe any visions. It is of the superior vowel bodies. The superior vowel bodies and inferior vowel bodies. The total vowel bodies, 4 optic lobes are present. How many optic lobes? 4 optic lobes. 4 optic lobes present. Mammals. 4 optic lobes present in the mammal's body. 4 optic lobes are present. Superior side to inferior side is 2. Total 4 corpora quadrigen. 4 vowel bodies. Corpora means bodies. How many bodies? 4 vowel bodies. The upper 2 bodies are not nothing but superior vowel bodies. Their control, their movement of they are helpful for the movement of the head and eyes. Head and eye. Inferior vowel bodies. They are helpful for the inferior vowel bodies. They are helpful for the movement and controlling and movement of the action of the head and ears. It is a listening purpose. They are helpful for the vision purpose. The total of bodies, 4 optic lobes are present in the mammals. 2 optic lobes. Okay. Corpora bisemina. 2 optic lobes. 2 optic lobes present in the amphibians. 2 optic lobes are present in the amphibians. That's what they indicate in the amphibians. Corpora bisemina. Corpora bigymna. Corpora bigymna. Bi means two. Two bodies are present in the mammals. Means that is the four optic lobes are present in the mammals. Two optic lobes are present in the amphibians. Amphibians means frog. What is example? Frog. What is example? Frog. It is the midbrain. It is indicated midbrain. Okay. Coming to the next important, the third part of the brain. It is known as hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. What is the third part of the brain? It is known as a hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. What is the third part of the brain? It is indicate hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. What is the third part? It is indicate hindbrain. What is the third part? The third part of the brain, it is known as hindbrain. Hindbrain. What is the third part of the brain? Hindbrain. What is the third part of the brain? It is known as hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. What is the third part? Hindbrain. Hindbrain means it is consist of three important parts. What is the first part? Pons varolii. The second important part, medulla oblongata. The third important part, cerebellum. The hind part, the hind brain is consist of how many parts? What is the first part? It is the pons varolii. Pons varolii. The second part of the hind brain. The second part of the hind brain is known as medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. What is the third part of the hind brain? The third part of the hind brain is known as the cerebellum. Cerebellum. What is the next part? Cerebellum. What is the first part? Pons varolii. What is the first part? Pons varolii. If you observe the pons varolii, if you observe the hind brain, 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 if you observe the hind brains, if you observe the hind brains, is indicate midbrain, is indicate forebrain. Next one indicate hind brain. The next important part, it is indicate hind brain. It is indicate hind brain. Forebrain, midbrain, hind brain. See here, it is the first part of the hind brain. The first part of the hind brain is the pons varolii. Is the pons varolii. Okay. What is one? Forebrain, it is the forebrain. The next part, midbrain. The next part, hindbrain. If you observe the first part of the brain, the first part of the hindbrain, the first part of the hindbrain is known as a pons varolii. What is the first part? Pons varolii. This entire part is indicate pons varolii. What is the first part? Pons varolii. The second part, the next part is known as medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is indicate spinal cord. It is indicate spinal cord. Medulla oblongata, after then the spinal cord. It is indicate cerebellum. It is indicate cerebellum. Smallest brain or small brain. Small brain or smallest brains. The smallest brains. Coming to the pons varolii. What is the function of this pons varolii? The main function of the pons varolii. The main function of the pons varolii, they are participated into the regulation of the breathing activities. They are participated into the breathing regulations. Breathing regulations. Breathing regulations. Breathing regulation means inspiration, expiration, epineuristic center, pneumotoxic center. Here the present epineuristic center, pneumotoxic center, inspiratory center, expiratory center, dorsal center, ventral center. These centers are controlled. This pons varolii center control. It is the breathing activities, inspiration and expiration. The breathing means they consist of epineuristic center. The pons varolii consists of epineuristic and pneumotoxic center. Epineuristic center. Epineuristic center. Epineuristic center. The pons varolii consists of epineuristic center, pneumotoxic center, pneumotoxic center, pneumotoxic center. We are already discussing in the time of, we already discussing, this discussion is completed in the breathing and exchange of gases. Breathing and exchange of gases. These two centers, it is the unknown function. This pneumotoxic center, they control to reduce the inspiration rate. Once you check, once you go back for once revise this breathing and exchange of gases. The pneumotoxic and epineuristic centers are located in the pons varolii. Pons varolii. It is the pons varolii. What is the main function? Breathing regulation. They participated into the breathing activities and also other functions of this pons varolii. What is the other functions of the pons varolii? What is the other functions of the pons varolii? They control the sleep-wake cycle. It is control the sleep-wake cycle. Sleep-wake means once sleep-wake cycle. They control the sleeping and wake up the cycle. So sleeping and wake up. You are sleeping and wake up. Sleeping and wake up. Sleeping and wake up. It is controlled by the pons varolii. It is also one important. It is also responsible for the sleep-wake control cycle. Sleep-wake cycle. Sleep-wake cycle. And also other functions of this pons varolii. What is the other functions of they receive the information. They send the information to they will send the information to the sensory information to the cerebellum. What is the other function? They will send sensory information. They will send sensory information to cerebellum. Sensory information to cerebellum. Once the pons varolii, they receive the information they will send into the cerebellum. The cerebellum receive the sensory information from the pons varolii. Sensory information from the pons varolii. It is also main important function. What is the function of this pons varolii? They will send sensory information to the cerebellum and also breathing activities. It is also located between the it is also located between the forebrain and hindbrain. It is located between the forebrain and hindbrain. It is connected between the forebrain and hindbrain. It is connected between the forebrains and hindbrains. It is connected between the forebrains and hindbrains. Coming to the medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, the inferior portion of the, it is the superior portion, it is the inferior portion, the lower side of this pons variorum, it is known as the inferior side of the pons variorum, it is known as a medulla oblongata. What is the function of this medulla oblongata? It is participated into the cardiac centers. Is participated into the breathing activities, cardiac centers. Okay, what is the function of this? What is the medulla oblongata? The medulla oblongata, it is participated into the medulla oblongata. There is medulla oblongata neurons. This medulla oblongata neurons, they participated into the cardiac center. The cardiac center means cardiac activities. The medulla oblongata, increasing the heart rate, decreasing the heart rate because of medulla oblongata. What is the other sentence? Breathing activities. The breathing activities or breathing functions, breathing activities or breathing controls, inspiration, expiration. These inspiration centers and expiration centers are located in the medulla oblongata. Coming to the, what is the third activities? It is the cardiac centers. It is regulated the cardiac activities, breathing activities, increase the inspiration, decrease the inspiration, increase the expiration, decrease the expiration. This all regulation are controlled by the medulla oblongata. And also other activities, vomiting center. The vomiting center. We are already discussing in the digestion and absorption. What is the vomiting center? Once you check in your NCERT textbook, what in the vomiting, what is the disorders of the digestive system. Once check in your NCERT textbook, vomiting, they indicate the medulla oblongata, they control vomiting center. The vomiting center, where it is located? Medulla oblongata. What is the fourth important function? After the vomiting center, they control the vasomotor center. Vaso means blood vessel. Vaso means vessel. Blood vessel. Vaso means blood vessel. Motor means movement. Okay, the blood vessel movement, the movement of the blood vessel, the construction of the blood vessel, the blood easily movement, the blood vessels also easily movement because of the blood pressure, because of the blood. This movement also controlled by the medulla oblongata. Cardiac activities, breathing activities, vomiting activities, and vasomotor blood vessel movement activities also controlled by the medulla oblongata. Coming to the next important one, it is known as the brainstem. What is known as brainstem? What is the meaning of? They indicate here only brainstem. Hindbrain only, they indicate brainstem. Brainstem. What is known as brainstem? It is indicated brainstem. Brainstem means midbrain plus hindbrain. Midbrain plus hindbrain is known as a brainstem. In this option, okay, they given in this option, for example, midbrain plus hindbrain means the option also correct. Otherwise, okay, midbrain plus pons variorum plus medulla oblongata. medulla oblongata. It is also indicate brainstem. Okay, they're given. Okay, no, options. Okay, brainstem means midbrain plus hindbrain is known as a brainstem. Otherwise, midbrain plus pons viral plus medulla oblongata, it is the brainstem. They indicate brainstem. Okay, the cerebellum, it is not under the category of the brainstem. Okay, cerebellum, it is not under the category of the brain stem. Cerebellum part, it is not under the category of the brain stem. The cerebellum, it is not under the category of the brain stem. But cerebellum, it is under the category of hindbrain, but it is not under the category of the brain stem. If it is not under the category of the brain stem. Okay, after the brain stem, according to in our textbook, they indicate two names. See here, in our textbook, they indicate two names. What is the names? Gray matter, white matter. What is the matter? Gray matter. The next important matter, white matter. Very important, this matter. Gray matter, white matter. What is the gray matter? What is the white matter? Gray matter means dendrites plus cell bodies, plus non-myelinated axons. The axons means the axons are without myelin sheath plus cell body plus dendrites. Those nothing but gray matter. White matter means they consist of myelinated axons. The axons means that is a neurons. The entire part of the neuron. The neuron is the third part of the neuron. Axons. The axons are covered with. The axons are wrapped with. The axons are surrounded with the help of the myelin sheath. Means phospholipid. That's why they looks like a more myelin sheath means they looks like a white in color. Okay. The gray matter means the myelin sheath is absent. Once the myelin sheath is absent, the phospholipids are absent. They consist of dendrites, cell body, and non-myelinated. But here, dendrites, cell bodies, and myelinated axons. But here, dendrites, cell bodies, non-myelinated axons. Non-myelinated axons. If you observe the central nervous system, spinal cord, and also cerebellum, some exceptions. If you observe the brain, if you observe the central nervous system, means brain. If you observe the brain, it is outer part. Okay, outer part. The brain, outer side. The brain, outer side, and inner side. The brain outside and inside. The brain outside, it is always consists of gray matter. The brain outside always consists of gray matter. The brain inside always consists of white matter. If you observe the brain, outside of the brain is consists of green color. Inside the brain, it is consists of white matter. Except medulla oblongata. And if you observe the spinal cord, outside the spinal cord, outside of the spinal cord, it consists of white matter. The white matter, the inside of the spinal cord, inner side of the spinal cord, it is consists of gray matter. The gray matter, spinal cord and the spinal cord and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata. The spinal cord and medulla oblongata outside is consists of white matter, inner side consists of gray matter. But here hind brain, it is a brain. The brain is consists of outer side gray matter, inner side white matter. Spinal cord outside white matter, inner side gray matter. Medulla oblongata outside white matter, inner side gray matter. Okay, these are the exceptions. No. Gray matter is nothing but cell bodies, dendrites, non-myelinated fats or non-myelinated axons. But white matter means only myelinated axons. Myelinated axons means they looks like a white in color. If you observe that is cerebellum. If you observe the cerebellum, if you observe the cerebellum, see here, there looks like a cerebellum. If you observe the cerebellum, the white matter, it is distributed into that it is looks like a tree branches manner. Is nothing but white matter. The white matter distributed into the entire cerebellum. The cerebellum only consists of white matter. The cerebellum consists of white matter. This white matter means that is the myelinated axons. The white matter distributed into it is look like the small tree branches. It is a tree branch. This tree branch is nothing but white matter. This white matter distribution is known as the distribution of the white matter entire cerebellum. It is known as a arbora vitae. The white matter distributed is first identified by this arbora vitae. The arbora vitae. This cerebellum, it is connected with two cerebellar hemispheres. How many hemispheres? The cerebellum, it is connected to cerebellar hemispheres. Cerebellar hemispheres. How they will connected? See, the cerebellum, it is connected to cerebellar hemispheres. Is nothing but vermi part. The cerebellum, it is connected. To cerebellar hemispheres. The cerebellum is connected. These two are indicate cerebellar hemispheres. The cerebellum, it is connected with, they separated by there is nothing but two cerebral hemispheres. The white distribution of this cerebellum, it is nothing but arbora vitae. Arbora vitae. This arbora vitae, it is indicate name of the scientist. It is indicate name of the scientist. These branches are looks like a tree branches, but it is not a tree. It is a white distribution, the white matter distribution of the entire cerebellum. Gray matter is absent, but the white matter is present. White matter is present. Last and final, that is the limbic system. What is the name? Limbic system. Limbic system. Limbic system means the limbic system, it related to the, it is also known as a emotional brain. Emotional brain. If you observe the limbic system, if you observe the limbic system, if you observe the limbic system, limbic system means limbic system. See here, the limbic system. If you observe the brain, if you observe the limbic system, it's nothing but it is the thalamus. It is the hypothalamus. It is the hypothalamus. See here. Amygdala, hippocampus. This part. Amygdala, the second part, hippocampus, amygdala, hippocampus. These are the nerve cords. This, it is known as the amygdala, hippocampus, thalamus, it is the hypothalamus. What is the function of the hypothalamus? It is the controlling our body temperature. It is the thermostatic center, sweating, hunger, thrust center, and also other one for the, it is a satiety center. Satiety means it is fullness of the stomach. Satiety center. Thalamus means it is the relay center. Relay center means the information passed from the upper part of the brain to the lower part of the brain. Coming to the amygdala. What is the function of the amygdala? It is useful for the, it is controlling of the emotions. It is controlling of the amygdala. It is controlling for the fear, emotions. This entirely thing but emotions. Fear. It is the amygdala is controlled by the fear. Next one, hippocampus. It is the hippocampus. It is helpful for the memory conversations. Long time memory. Hippocampus. What is the function? Long time memory. You can observe, you can watch, you can see any album you can observe any album or any photos, you can remember, you can that time you can festival, this festival, otherwise you are going to that tour, you are going to some state, some areas, some functions. Okay, the long time memory, recall the memory, and long time memory, it is stored by it is controlled by the hippocampus. It is controlled by the hippocampus. The long time memories you can store, the long time memories, conversations you can easily identify with that because of hippocampus. Hippocampus. It is the belongs to the brain. Thank you very much.